Hello again, mathematicians. Today we are going to be using multiplication and fraction multiplication, to be more precise, to help us solve some number stories. So this table shows how much sugar is needed for each recipe. Use it to help you answer the question, show your work. So you either are writing down on a scratch paper if you're at home, or if you're in class, follow along on the note sheet that you have. So you see the recipe, and then it says whatever the recipe was and how much sugar in cups that would require. So Mrs. George, that's me, I want to make 3 batches of sugar cookies. How much sugar will I need? Let's underline the question as always. How much sugar will I need? Think about, how would you set that one up? Well, I know that each batch of sugar cookies requires 1.5 cups, right? I just got that from my chart. And I'm making 3 batches. So I'm going to take the amount in each and multiply it by 3. And you know how to do fraction, you know how to multiply mixed number by whole number. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times a half is 3 halves. But my eyes, I could never leave an improper fraction in a mixed number, never in a million years. So I know that 3 halves, that's actually 2 goes into 3 one whole time, so that bumps this whole number up to 4, and then I still have 1/2 left over. So I would need 4.5. Oh, I almost forgot my units. Oh, can't believe I did that. I'm sure you were yelling at the screen saying, cups, cups, right? Always have to include those units. So now have I answered the question, how much sugar will I need? 4.5 cups? Yep, sounds good. Let's try this next one. Miss Reinhardt makes 6 batches of chocolate chip cookies. Yum, I hope she shares them with me. And I make 5 batches of brownies. Ooh, we are having a baking extravaganza. Who used more sugar? How much more sugar did she use? So let's underline the question. Who used more sugar? How much more sugar did she use? Well, before I can answer before I can answer either of these, don't I need to know how much sugar Miss Reinhardt used and how much I used? So I'm going to make, and you may have already set this up on your paper, a lovely T-chart. On one side I'll have Miss Reinhardt, on the other side I'll have Mrs. G, me, and let's calculate each of them. So if Miss Reinhardt's making chocolate chip cookies, how much sugar goes in each batch? 3/4 a cup of sugar. I got that from my chart, right? And how many batches is she making? She's making 6. So we have to multiply that by the 6 batches she's making, and that means she used 18/4 cups of sugar. Okay, but now I'll be blue. I'm gonna make sugar cookies, or no, not, sorry, I was doing that in the last problem. I'm gonna make brownies. So look at your chart, how much sugar in each batch? 1 1/4 cups. And how many batches am I making? I'm making 5. So I'll multiply that by the 5 batches, and we get, yay, some mixed number multiplication, 5 and 5/4. Oh, I can barely look at it. Help, help, fix it. Turn it into a nice mixed number with no improper fraction. 6 with 1/4 left over. Okay. You know what? It's a little easier for me. I think I could make these both, right, improper fractions to compare them, or I could make them both mixed numbers. I'm going to make them mixed numbers. So I'm going to go back to Miss Reinhardt's batch and say 18/4. How many times does 4 go into 18? That is 4 times. Whew, you were probably doing that faster than I was. 4 times 4 is 16, so then you have 2/4 left over. Okay, now that's much easier to see who used more sugar. If you said I did, you are correct, right? That's the answer to this one, because clearly 6 1/4 cup is bigger than 4 2/4 cups. And now we have to figure out how much more I used. So let's switch our colors again and go take the amount of sugar I used what am I going to do next to find out how much more I used? I subtract the amount of sugar Miss Reinhardt used. And fractions first, 1/4 minus 2/4. Can you do it? So we have to borrow. What is this going to become? This is going to become 5 and 5/4 minus 4 and 2/4. And now we're in business. 5/4 minus 2/4. Can you do it? Yep, that's 3/4, and 5 minus 4 is just 1. So I used 1 and 3/4. What are my units? 1 and 3/4 cookies? 1 and 3/4 pencils? No, cups. Excellent. And if you said cups more, that's even better. So now I have answered both parts of the question. Drum roll, please. I got one more problem up my sleeve, and this is a good one. So same table as before, but question number 3 says, Mrs. Madden wants to make 2 batches of chocolate chip cookies, 3 batches of brownies, and 4 batches of shortbread. How much sugar will she need? Let's underline our question. How much sugar will she need? And then think about your plan. So, so I could figure out how much sugar would happen from each of these, right? From like 2 batches of chocolate chips, 3 batches of brownies, 4 batches of shortbread. That's all going to be multiplication, just like we've been doing, the amount of sugar times the batches. But then I'm going to need to take all of those to answer this question, how much sugar will she need in all, and I'll add them up. All right, so let's set this up. If we had 2 batches of chocolate chip cookies, well, each batch takes how much sugar? 3/4 a cup. And I'm making 2 batches of those, so 3/4 times 2. I'm going to put that in parentheses, because that was for our chocolate chip cookies. Then we're making some brownies. And brownies take 1 1/4 cup. And she's making 3 batches of those. This problem is making me hungry, huh? And finally, we got some shortbread. And shortbread takes 1. Oh, that's nice. 1 cup, nice and even. And she's making 4 batches of those. So if I do all those out separately, then I can add them up to get the total. Okay, so I want you to pause the video now and try to solve for the total, and then in the end we'll see if we got the same thing. So I got 6/4 plus 3 3/4 plus 4, which 3 plus 4 was 7. 6/4 plus 3/4 was 9/4, but oh my eyes, never leave an improper fraction in a mixed number. We're going to convert that. I know 4 goes in to 9 2 times, so that I put 2 more holes, and then that would have been 8/4, so I just have 1/4 left over. Am I finished? How much sugar will she need? 9 1/4. If you were yelling cups at the screen, you are correct. We always remember to include our units. Give yourself a woohoo for solving that entire multi-step problem with fraction multiplication. Nice work.